The ideal of supporting a man in his purpose and joining in his mission in life.
I support ambition, and I'm not raising nobody else's son. If you're like, oh, I want to do this, I have these ideas. Okay, are you talking? Are you just saying this? Like, because I'm not going to support you and help you if you're not doing it yourself.
I think growing up and being raised, I think we're naturally like designed to be monogamous. But then as we get older and we're exposed to social and environment and now social media, like those traditional ways of living are starting to diminish. So like if I want to be one-on-one but you don't want to be one-on-one, I'm not for you, you're not for me, but I'm meeting you where you're at. And being monogamous, you're obviously looking for that one person that embodies everything that you're looking for. But what if you don't find that? But then also on the other end, for me as a female, I'm also territorial. I'm not sharing with anybody.
Welcome to Alpha Body Network, where we foster the vision of nurturing your mind, body, and soul, the premier hub for enriching content. Join our sponsor athletes and visionary leaders as they guide you through the art of overcoming obstacles, self-discovery, and forming impactful relationships. Get ready to explore, evolve, and unleash your personal greatness with Alpha Body Network. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. Welcome to the Push Podcast, where we restore the dedication of learning oneself and contributing wisdom to societies far and wide through self-growth and service of others. I'm your host, Lost Judah, and today we have a thought-provoking episode lined up for you. Before we get started, let's take a moment to introduce our guests.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kiki Barnes. Y'all can follow me on IG, Kiki_B_Queen. And my relationship status, I'm single.
I'm Jazz Rackley. You can find me on Instagram at sculpted.by.jazz. My relationship status is I am not alone.
Woo. I am Brooklyn Callahan. I'm a Utah girl. You can find me on Instagram, Groupie Love, Ink Lovers, and Brooklyn S. Callahan. Status is single.
What's up, everybody? I'm Ray Silver. You can find me on Instagram at _BOL_LLC. And my relationship status is single.
Awesome. Now that we know a little bit about each other, let's jump right into our first question. At this moment, do you believe or know that you are truly worthy or ready for a relationship you desire?
Oh, that's a good one.
I mean, to be honest with you, I spent the last few years like in pursuit of a wife, you know what I'm saying? And so I thought I was ready for that. And, you know, it was a miss for me. So now I'm just ready to, you know what I'm saying? Like, what comes to me is mine. How about that? Right. That's what I'm ready for. Is, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's where I'm at. But do I feel like I deserve someone? I absolutely feel like I deserve someone because I've been doing the work on myself. You know what I'm saying?
Keyword work. Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So, you know, she out there.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a little bit newer to the dating world. I've always been in longer relationships. So I'm just kind of filling it out, kind of meeting many different amazing men, showing me different things, learning the ropes, and I'm totally happy with where I'm at. I'm not in a rush, kind of sticking with the career and the goals first and foremost, but yeah, so just learning.
Just taking it all in.
Yeah, taking it all in.
I know that's right.
I don't know if I should answer this.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Ain't no right or wrong answer.
Yeah,
it's not.
Only the
truth. So there's not like a particular relationship that I necessarily desire. It's just the past relationships I've been in, I don't desire. So now I'm just like, if you can provide this for me, great, I'll entertain you. If you can provide this for me, great, I'll entertain you. But until that one person can give me everything.
So you sound like a woman that really know what she want, and you just haven't been afforded that.
Exactly.
Through the process,
so if you're not going to give it to me, just understand you're not the only one.
Oh.
Y'all hear that?
Mic drop.
You ain't the only one. She hit you with that hard truth.
Whoa. Is that
Step your game up, fellas. You got pressure.
piggyback off of what she said. I've pretty much been in long-term relationships since the age of 16. After my last relationship, which was an engagement, it did end because I felt like he wasn't ready. I also felt like I wasn't ready either. So there's some accountability. So now I feel like I'm just trying to take the time to like learn myself right now. So that's where I'm at with it.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that. So let's switch it up a little bit. So we heard a little bit about what y'all want, you know, what you desire in relationships. Now, let's dig a little deeper on that. Are you ready for that? We know what you want. We know what you desire now, right? But are you truly ready to be open to receive that type of energy or actions or behaviors?
You know what? It's kind of funny because you think you're ready. Everybody thinks they're ready if they want it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought I was ready. And then when things don't work out your way, like for me, I literally honestly just kind of like sort of self-reflected on why didn't those, you know, relationships work out? And it's because there was a lesson I had to learn, you know. I had to learn how to like release like control.
Release control.
Release control over wanting that person to love me a certain way.
Right.
So in one sense, like, you know, for me, there is a woman really has to commit to like loving me. You feel me? And so I might want them to love me a certain way or whatever, but until they ready, I can't make them love me this way, right?
Right.
So
they ready.
I had to, so I was trying to keep a person, i.e. control the dynamic because I didn't want to lose that person, but I needed to lose that person.
Right.
You feel me?
So would you, I don't want to cut you off, but would you say that by you controlling that situation, right, because you really truly wanted that person, but they wasn't ready to love you correctly.
Correct.
Did that help or hinder your relationship?
I mean, initially it was, you know, it hurted. It hurt me. I can't really speak for that person,
right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it did hurt me because my energy was not only into like, okay, let me learn this person, let me get to know, you know, let's build love or whatever, but it was in trying to keep her too. And I'm like, bro, like I'm losing myself trying to keep you.
Too much energy going on.
I'm losing myself trying to keep you. Does that make any sense? I got to keep myself.
You got to hold that energy close because you're feeling drained, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I totally agree with you on that. I've been in situations like that too, where I'm literally holding the whole relationship afloat. If I let go, everything break and fall, you know, to pieces. So,
and just to kind of, and when I did let go, man, you know, peace came unto me. I was like,
the hard way.
I said,
right.
Oh, okay, that's what that was. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it was all you.
No shade on her. It's just I wasn't for her and she wasn't for me, but I was trying to force something that was not for us.
Right.
Because for whatever reason. But once I let that go, like my energy came back. You know what I'm saying? I was starting to feel like I was starting to doubt myself. So Ma was like, yo, who know who you are? This is who I am. Oh, okay. Let me reintroduce myself. My name is, you feel me? And I reintroduced myself to myself. And I was like, what's up, dude?
That's awesome.
How you doing?
That's awesome. Get your powers back.
You feel me? That part.
Yeah, for me, I feel like I've been on opposite sides of the spectrum. Like, met someone, the chemistry was so hot that like we didn't even have to talk about being together. It was just like we were together. Like everything was on point, every box was checked, you know. And then the other end is like someone could check some boxes, but just certain things aren't there. Just like see a couple of red flags. So I think for me now, it's like I am kind of more of like I'm a really feminine woman, but with a lot of masculine energy as far as like being really career and goal driven.
Right.
So just kind of identifying where I am at on that scale and just trying to find that balance of the man that like can be everything I'm not and like that I need to better myself.
That leader, right?
I feel like, that leader.
That true coach, that true support system that can help you.
Yeah. And you know, I feel like when you're in a relationship, like your addictions start to come out stronger, or like they start to go away more. Like the person like kind of encourages you to be better, and you want to be better for that person and yourself first.
Right.
But Yeah, so just kind of filling it out still. I don't know if I'm ready, but like I feel like I would be for the right person that just my little, everything.
Right. Feel the way. Feel the way.
Yeah.
You get there.
Yeah.
I feel that. For me, it's about not having expectations going into any relationship and just meeting the person where they're at. Because if they're not ready for a relationship, who am I to force a relationship on you?
True.
And for me, where I'm at, I'm like, I would rather be friends with you. And if you can be with me through the good, the bad, and the ugly, then we can talk about being into a relationship. But if you can't be with me through the bad, through the ugly, then there's no need.
Right.
Also, again, if you're working on yourself, that's for me to understand. We're working on ourselves separately just to be better for each other together.
Powerful.
But if you're not, if you're just working on yourself separately, but there's no other purpose, again, there's no purpose for me to entertain you beyond. We're just having a great time. So it's just, for me, it's just understanding where that other person is coming from and meeting them there, and also being transparent where I am in my life. Like, I'm starting my own business. Like, my business is my baby. That's coming number one. You have to come number two. Are you okay with that?
Wow, that's deep. Deep perspective. But what I heard from that personally was do the self-work and the self-development, right? But also do it with real intentions. Am I doing this to, connect and create a bond, or am I just doing this selfishly for myself?
Right.
So I'm feeling that.
Is it me for me or me for we?
Right.
Okay, I like that.
Hey, listen, I got...
That's a t-shirt. Right? That might
That'd
be
a coffee mug for sure.
That might be.
Yeah.
Right.
I think for me, where I'm at is, like I said, I've been in relationships back to back for several years. In those relationships, I learned that I pour a lot into the person that I'm dating, and I haven't been receiving that back. So the place where I'm at now is finding someone that can pour into me, also take me out of my masculine energy, because I'm a single mom. I'm in business, I'm in school, it's just, I do a lot. So I just need to meet someone that can handle what I come with, and also just, just help me out, pour into me a little bit, because I know I'll pour into you. So, yeah.
Right. That's understandable. That's not too much to ask for, you know. If you giving, you shall receive. And if you receiving, you damn sure should be giving.
Yeah, exactly.
It ain't a one-way street, right?
Yeah, no.
Fascinating perspectives. So on that note, let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Elevate your meals with Primal Complete Protein, a powerful plant-based blend packed with 20 grams of protein and enriched with our exclusive superfruit blend. Simply add to your favorite recipes for a delicious and nourishing boost. Primal Complete Protein. Elevate your meals. Elevate your life.
Welcome back. Now, let's explore the next question. If today you were in a relationship you desire, how would your man or woman describe you to his or her peers, and how would you benefit his or her life?
Ooh, that's deep.
Not too deep.
How would you benefit their life?
Yeah.
I'm in it. I'm just...
I'm sorry.
Okay.
You what?
Hit us with the shorty question, with the shorty answer.
You can go.
Yeah. So you want to know how our partner would describe us,
and how would you benefit their life,
and how I benefit their life.
Right.
Okay. A lot. No, let me not do that, because I was like, well, I'm all right. I mean, honestly, I think they would probably say that, I'm solid. I don't know. That's how I would say I would hope they would think that I was solid. You know what I'm saying? When I do commit, I'm committed. I really want to, make the relationship work. I really want to support my partner. You feel me?
Committed, supportive.
Yeah. I see it. It actually makes me happy to, to be there for them, and to support them, and to, you know what I'm saying, like share and say and have space with them. You feel me? But you know, so I would think that they'd be like, you know, if they like, they ain't shady, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They'd probably say, yo, you know, he's solid, he supports me, you know, he makes sure we're good. And then what benefit? I actually mentioned the benefits. So, you know, I do believe in, you know, in shared responsibility in a relationship.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I put it on myself to be able to handle as much as I can.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel that that's what I want to do. They won't have to ask me. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but the reality is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I benefit them by, you know, I bring a sense of like, you know, I understand myself, understand like, hey, you know, I don't know. I'm a big proponent of free will. Right. So everything I do is kind of really just honestly like, I'm not here to tell you to be anything but yourself. And if you keep being yourself, and I love that, that's exactly what I want. Because I'm going to be myself. Right. But don't be nothing that you think I want. Because then we going to be all discombobulated type stuff. So I guess the biggest benefit that I bring in a relationship is just a sense of self-acceptance. Okay. I accept you.
Your authentic true self.
Yeah, I accept you.
Right.
I accept you. And if I rock with you, as you, I rock with you as you. And that's just what it is.
Okay. Yeah, we could take that.
Yeah, for sure.
Show up as your true authentic self and allow your partner to be who they are and support them where they at. That's what I got from what you said, real talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like the key factor for me is 100% transparency these days. Just like we're becoming more of open in our relationships, and I'd rather be hated for who I am than loved for who I'm not, you know? So like I feel like I'm very open and honest, like almost to the point it may hurt these days just because like if you're not open and honest and like you are who you are, your true authentic self, it's not fair to the other person that's like really wanting that from someone, or for them to be themselves with you. Right. 100%. And so it's been a journey to get to this point, but like now it's just like, this is who I am. I'll tell you exactly how I feel right now. I can't hold anything in for too long. Like I have to get it out immediately, just exactly how I'm feeling. And I think people respect me for that, but I do think it comes with a lot of like heartache too, because we're not on the same page, and
people can be sensitive. Yeah, a little bit.
Very sensitive. And I can too, but I always will appreciate someone if they're just straight up and transparent with me. Like I'll respect them way more if it doesn't. I'll just look at them in a better light than if they're sketchy, beat around the bush, lie. Like so, transparency for me has been big in my life lately with relationships.
No, I agree with you on that. Full transparency is definitely the way to go. So we know what to expect, you know? Yeah. Too often people get blindsided and, you know, have to recover from that. Yeah. And
but it's like it's hard though, because it's like you don't want to be so, like in the beginning you kind of have to like fill them out. You don't want to like scare somebody so fast when there could be a really potential true connection.
Right. You don't want to scare them too fast.
Where's the limit? Like, so
it's a happy medium, right?
Sometimes it works with the clear transparency, and sometimes it doesn't. It just like turns people off so fast.
I think being an intuitive, emotionally intelligent person, you can kind of gauge when you when you need to lean in more, and when you need to, you know, scale back a little bit, based off of, you know, your self-awareness, and then also awareness of the person that you're engaging with. Yeah. For me personally, I'm big on that, you know, because at the end of the day, I'm a truly empathic person, and I feel other people's energy, and with that superpower comes strong responsibility. At the same token, it helps me because it gives me an edge on how far to lean in and how much, you know, to taper off a little bit for my partner or the person that I'm interested in. Because like you said, you don't want to scare them off. You want to allow space and opportunity for that relationship to blossom and grow, right? Yeah. Right.
There's really like nice women and men who like don't want to hurt the other person, so they'll just like stick around and like beat around the bush a little bit. Yeah. And like I'm just learning that you can't. You just have to be like straight up, like lay it out. If it works for them, great, and it's fair for them.
No
If not,
people pleasing.
Move on.
No people pleasing. Be you. Authenticity, right?
Authenticity.
Ain't no question. What y'all think, Jazz, Kiki?
I'm perfect in every way.
Yeah.
No,
I heard that one before.
no, I'm really, really big on there has to be a solid friendship foundation, period. Because even if we decide to take our friendship to a relationship and we decide later on that our relationship is not it, that shouldn't mess with our friendship whatsoever. That's how I feel about it. So when it comes to like, I'm 100% your supporter in our relationship. Like, as long as you're meeting me here, I'm going to meet you there. So if you're like, for example, if we're living together, you're paying the bills, I'm going to make sure that dinner is cooked and laundry is done and the house is clean. The kids are doing their homework. They're going to sleep. But if you're not, but that's like,
I like that.
together.
That's real balance.
right, that's what I'm saying. But
Scratch my back, I scratch yours. Why not?
That's what I'm looking at, and that's how I'm going to support you. So even if you are like doing your own thing and you're starting your own business, or there's something that you like, understand that if there's any one person in your corner, it's going to be me 100% of the time.
Solid.
Right.
That's good.
And that's just where I'm at. So yes, I am perfect in every way.
Hey, you got to be your biggest supporter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, fan.
You got to toot your own horn in order to invite others to do the same.
Yeah.
But I also am like crazy. It's,
Ooh.
whoa, there's the other part. There's the other
Yeah,
part.
the flip side.
That's the other one. Like, you're perfect, but you're crazy.
That's the cliffhanger, right?
Remember, the good, bad, and the ugly. I said that already.
You did.
Kiki, you got anything on there?
Oh, sorry.
I think for me, I've actually asked this question before because
really?
I like to know. Yeah. I'm very big on speaking my emotions and how I'm feeling, because I don't want you trying to guess like where I'm at. Like, I want you to know what it is. Another thing for me is like loyalty. Like, that's like a big thing for me, like loyalty and just openness. Like, I don't like liars. So I won't lie to you, don't lie to me, you know?
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I got on that. Like, I'm good. Everyone loves me. They miss me. They want me back. Yeah.
No, yeah. It's intriguing to hear y'all thoughts on this matter. Absolutely. So now let's delve a little into the idea. This one is kind of for the guys out there that's listening in, really open those ears up and really listen. This is for the ladies. So let's get a little deep on this, right?
Going deep.
The ideal of supporting a man in his purpose and joining in his mission in life. Do you align with the idea that you are meant to support a man in his purpose despite what you already have going on or created in your life?
It depends on his intentions with me.
Intention, strong word.
Yeah, I feel
like that.
If he's coming in like strong, he knows what he wants. I feel like marriage too, because that's a lot to give up, giving up your own, desires and career or whatever to try to help support that man.
Totally agree.
Yeah. And
that is a big apple to bite.
Yeah, like where he's at with fulfilling that mission, because a lot of people got things that they want to do.
Right, in the process.
Like,
right. Are you truly doing it?
Are you making the steps, to get there, so.
Right.
Yeah, I'm for it though. I'm a writer like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We like that in you.
That's crazy. I support ambition, and I'm not raising nobody else's son. That's just what it is. So with my man, if you're like, oh, I want to do this, I have these ideas. Okay, are you talking? Are you just saying this?
Exactly,
like, this sounds so good to me. I want to do this. Or are you doing actual steps to it? Because like where I am in my life, like your network is your network, right? So like if you're saying that you want to be on TV, I can support you in that.
Right.
But are you just saying it? Or are you like actually like reaching out to people on Instagram? Because I'm not going to support you and help you if you're not doing it yourself, because that's me doing it for you.
Ooh.
AKA raising you.
Ooh.
Doing the job that your mama was doing from birth to 18. That's not my position. My position is to support you as your right-hand man, not to do it for you.
Right.
So I'm
Your
all
right
for
hand woman.
woman.
Right. There you go. Yeah.
Yup.
We hear you. We hear you, Jazz.
You know.
We hear you.
But I'm a writer. If you're going to make the things. Again, I'm not going to force you to do anything you don't want to do. Talking don't do nothing for me. Like, say it and then do it. And then I'm right there with you. Let's go. What do we need to do?
Right.
What do you need from me to support you? How can we, hey, listen, you said that you wanted to do this. These people are in town. Let's go pull up on them. You know, I be talking to people anyways. Let's go.
Right. Let's do it.
I mean,
like Nike, just do it.
Yeah.
Let's scratch that out. Nike ain't sent me a check yet. So. Let's cut that. Brooklyn, you over here in the corner hiding out. What's your thoughts on this?
I feel like your morals, your ethics, your like principles have to align with each other. So like for me, like I can be like super in my like selfish era where I'm like, business is first, you're my second priority, like when I have time for you. But I feel like if your ethics are aligning, that really is like when like you can make a commitment and you're truthful and you're honest. And that's like when your godlike entity can form, where like immortality and like you start to talk about possibly raising children together and like starting this like more traditional marriage if that's what you want. For me, I feel like that's like the end goal. But yeah, I think like, yeah, I'm definitely down to be the support for the person, but everything else has to check, you know, like,
right.
So.
No, I totally understand that.
The ethics and the morals have to align with each other.
All right, so I got to throw a monkey wrench in here, right? So let's step it up a notch. Because the fellas, I know they ears is listening. They willing to sacrifice. Support. All right, so would you be willing to sacrifice everything you have created?
No.
To be a part of his mission?
No.
No.
That's a hard no.
That's a hard no. I'm not losing myself for nobody else. Meet me where I'm at. We can do it together. But I am not sacrificing everything I worked so hard for before you.
Ooh.
What if
that's
his
deep.
goal is bigger than yours, though?
Ooh.
Then we can do
plot
it
twist.
together. Again, then we can do it
Yeah,
together. But there's not going to be me sacrificing everything for you. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
partnership. Put
Partnership.
it in together.
Yeah,
Let's
I
do
get
it together.
So is that a partnership towards his mission, or is that what type of partnership is that? Because if y'all doing it together, then you would essentially be sacrificing what you're doing to join his mission and do it together, right? So what are you saying truly? Are you saying to do his mission together or do separate things but in the same household together?
I wouldn't say it's our mission together. Like Brooklyn was saying, it was the ethic and morals have to align. So what is your mission? Is your mission aligning with mine and my destination of where I'm going?
Ooh, I like that.
If that's the case, let's go. If not,
I like that. On the same page, right.
Because if they're two
Right.
complete
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so and before you can even sort of like make that choice, right? Make that decision. These are hypothetical, right? If you love somebody though, if you love him, if you really genuinely love him, right? Is there really anything you wouldn't sacrifice? I mean, don't sacrifice yourself, okay? I guess the thing is like, you know, if I like how you said, okay, what if his is bigger, right?
Right.
But then at the same time, if he loves you, he's going to protect your goals and your dreams.
exactly.
Right?
He wouldn't ask me to sacrifice
He's
anything.
not. But if that's what it took, though, let's just say if a year, you have to put everything you was working on, just like pause it for a year, right? For the bigger goal, okay? And a goal that y'all that y'all agreed to, right? And it required all hands on deck. That means you had to put yours aside so y'all can do this dream that y'all said y'all want to do together because y'all love each other.
Right.
Or you love him and he loves you. You feel me?
Yeah.
So like, under that circumstance, would you?
Yeah, because it's not a me thing. It's a we thing.
Okay.
So that's the whole thing. Like, where does things change from being individual to being a relationship and a couple?
Yeah.
And then also, are you here for a good time or a long time? Because that's the other part of it.
Both.
Absolutely.
Like-
I had a good
Absolutely.
time with this long journey, okay? I ain't playing.
Right. Is this
Yeah.
short term or is this long term?
Right. Because
And where do I
yeah.
fit in this? No,
Yeah,
I feel you on
yeah.
that. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm not going to put in like a year's worth of work or putting my goals on hold for a year to be with someone that's only around for a year. I just
Right.
missed out on an entire year.
Yeah.
I wouldn't encourage you to do that either. That's
Yeah,
straight foolish.
Really.
I would be willing to like. I feel like I'm building an empire to where I'm like, okay, I could move around my schedule, and like what's really important to like mesh and collaborate with his in a way that like works for us. But
You good? Take your time. We got all night.
But yeah, like love will make you do crazy. Like I could totally see myself like stop, like pausing one business to like try something so different and new that like we could build together.
What if it's
True
already
love,
established?
like
What if
true
it's
love.
already established and thriving?
Yeah.
Whose business is already established?
Your partner's business.
If it's his, give me some of that money, honey.
They could
Uh-oh, we know where her mind
align,
is.
they could Totally not.
Mental note, fellas, y'all heard that.
So yeah, I feel like they could totally align with each other and like make it work. But if one's off, it's just not gonna work. Like
Right.
Yeah.
so.
Alignment matters too.
Right. Totally understand that. So thank y'all for sharing y'all perspectives, right? Now let's explore the topic of monogamy. What?
Ain't no way.
I'm just saying. Y'all ready to get into this? All right, let's dive right in. So, do you believe that men and women are naturally designed to be monogamous? Why or why not? It's a good one.
I mean,
The Bible says,
Okay.
What the Bible say?
"Be fruitful and multiply." It's what
Oh, hey, I like where you going with
the
that.
Bible says.
I like where she going with that. Be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth.
One-sidedness for me.
What that mean to y'all? Ray, I
That's such
see
a
you a
great
little, you on the
I,
fence right now.
Just because well, okay, here we go. So for me, I let the relationship dictate it. The
Organic situation?
kind of. So like, if I meet someone and they just and I like I'm not just talking to like somebody I'm talking to. Oh, like
Right.
whatever. Okay, it's so cool. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm like, okay, I love you or whatever, and it's just you and me, I can go that way. Okay. But I can also be with someone who like, I'm okay with us, adding a person to our dynamic.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I could flow with the poly thing. So I just like, for me, it's all about that person. You feel me? Like I don't have a hard stand on one way or another. I'm like, okay, what works best for our relationship?
Right. What works best for you?
for me?
Oh,
You feel
right.
me?
For you.
Like if you, man, I'm gonna tell you right now, boy, is that if it, you know what I'm saying? I don't want nothing else. It's like, yeah, I just want you. That's what it is.
Right.
You feel me? I just want you. So, do you just want me? And if that person she don't want just me, but I just want her, then that's a mismatch, right?
Right.
So one of us has to give in. And so I don't think it's just we naturally are monogamous. I just think we need to just like find what works for two people who want to make it work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
If you want to make it work,
That
you're
to
going
me
to
is
find a
natural.
way.
That's the natural thing.
Okay, that's
You know
what I'm getting.
saying? And I feel like once we like start saying, okay, this is the only relationship I rock with.
Right.
Well, you might miss your soulmate in that.
Ooh, that's deep.
Your soulmate might be like,
That's
yo,
deep.
I see things differently.
You might miss
You know
out.
what I'm saying?
You might miss out.
I'm not saying for a person to give up like what they desire in a relationship, because
Right.
if that's what you desire, hold on to that.
Right.
Keep that. That's you. That's for you. But it ain't for everybody. It's for you.
Real
And what's
talk.
for me is mine.
It's for you.
You understand? I'm gonna go right back to that one. What's for me is mine,
Ain't no question.
and it works for us.
Yeah.
Ladies, what y'all think on
I
this?
came from like a super monogamous small town, like traditional. Woman wants to be kept. The man's gonna provide for her and the family. But as I'm like single now, I was always in long relationships, but now that I'm like dipping into like the more dating world that's crazy, I can like understand now that like certain people I feel like are supposed to come into my life for certain reasons, like sexual relationships only, or friendships, business relations. Like sometimes it's not meant to be like everything in one person. Like, so I'm just trying to like accept people for who they are and like what they can offer and what I can offer them. So I don't know, monogamy, I feel like that is the end goal for me. Like I just want to be with the person. I want him to only want and desire me in the end, and like build a family and leave a legacy. But yeah, I feel like I'm just being more exposed now to the polyamorous type of relationships, which if it works for them, great. You know, like everyone's on their own journey. Life's too short. We just gotta accept people for who they are and take what we can and give what we can.
Right. Accept people where they at. Right.
A lot of acceptance around here.
Monogamy.
I think we're naturally designed, like growing up and being raised, I think we're naturally like designed to be monogamous. But then as we get older and we're exposed to social and environment and now social media, like those traditional ways of living are starting to diminish. And so it's, again, just understanding where that person is coming from. So like if I want to be one-on-one, but you don't want to be one-on-one, I'm not for you. You're not for me. I wish you the best of luck, but I'm meeting you where you're at. And then also like, what are you looking for? And being monogamous, you're obviously looking for that one person that embodies everything that you're looking for. But what if you don't find that in that one person? You just like them because all the things that popped in my head are not the ones to be saying on here. But like, what if you like him for these certain things? Like he's got a drive, he's got an ambition, but like, you know, the sexual tension is not there. You're gonna search for something else that leads to polyamory. But then also on the other end, for me as a female, I'm also territorial. I'm not sharing. Oh, I'm not. Sorry, my bad.
No, go ahead. Share your truth. Share your truth. We taking middle notes here.
And so I'm not sharing with anybody, even though you might have to share me. But
they might be sharing you, but you not sharing with nobody. We got a strong-minded woman over here.
Talk about a monkey wrench. She
said you might be sharing me, but I ain't sharing you. Duly noted. Kiki, you got some personal thoughts on this?
Oh Lord.
I mean, put you on the spot, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I do feel like the world and dating and everything is changing. I feel like it's getting tricky, y'all. I'm naturally like a monogamous person, and like she said, I'm a little territorial as well. I think with age, that's calming down a lot, but who knows? I'll just leave it at that. So, next question.
Yeah, so so we kind of,
I don't know.
We kind of dancing around it a little bit,
yeah.
Huh? So let me rephrase it a little bit, right? Is monogamy a requirement for you in a relationship? And please explain a little bit deeper on your reason. Why not?
Yes, because I'm not sharing. Period.
Duly noted. Jazz ain't sharing. She gonna share, but you can't do much, right? That's what you want.
Yep.
Okay. We got you,
Came
Jazz.
with age and years of relationship. You know what I mean?
Right. Experience, right?
Yeah.
I'm still figuring it out, I feel like.
Still figuring it out.
Yeah,
Okay.
like,
So not a hard no, not a hard yes. You're
Yeah.
still kind of on the fence. Right. So what that means is personally, you need a little bit more information.
Mm-hmm.
And that can be experience or through learning about the lifestyle, things like whatever have you, right?
What about you? What do you think, Dwayne?
What about me? What?
This topic. What's your answer?
My answer.
Hot seat.
Oh, it ain't a hot seat for me. It ain't a hot seat for me.
Just threw a fireball.
I gotta hear your answer too.
Hey,
Bro, it's
I
your show, you
I
feel
do what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Please
This ain't about me.
elaborate.
This about the women. We trying to understand what women desire and how women feel about the relationships.
I mean, monogamy requirements in a relationship. I feel like everything I say is gonna have levels to this thing. You feel me? Like
There's too many levels.
I know it does seem like that, but it really isn't, because I've been monogamous 100%. I've been poly. I've been a combo pack. Me, it's like, is anything required? What's required? This is what's required. It's required that that woman seeks to make me happy, because I'm going to seek to make her happy.
Right.
That's what's required.
Thought you were going somewhere
So,
else.
so my thing is like, I can just rock with one person. That's not a problem. You know what I'm saying? Because I think if, like, for me, you know, I will tell you, like, hey, this is what makes me happy. This is what I want. This is what I like. I give you the answers. I don't hide nothing. You feel me? I'm not gonna hide nothing from you, because I want you to be successful with this. Because I want to be successful.
Right.
I love being successful. I love being successful in everything I do. And that includes relating to people, understanding myself, business, career, kids, being a good human. I want to be successful. I don't want to suck. I don't want to suck at nothing. So with that said, that's why it's not really levels. It's just a basis of a desire, an overall desire. It's a philosophy. It's a value system that I carry with me. So if I'm like, okay, if controlling a person, how is controlling a person going to be successful? Nobody wants to be controlled, because we all got free will, right? So everything has to be a choice. You got to choose me. I'm going to choose you. We got to choose each other. And you don't choose just one time, you know, for the get down. You choose every day. Or you choose, you know what I'm saying? You choose when it's tough. You choose when you know what I'm saying? You choose when you're broke. You choose when, you know what I'm saying?
Good, bad, and ugly.
People coming through, and you know what I'm saying? And then at the same time, man, people grow and change. We grow, we get older, or you know what I'm saying? We go through phases where you want some more. You want something different. I'm still choosing you though. But I am who I am. I'm the human I am. So do I feel guilty? Do I hide that from me? Do I, you know what I'm saying? So I guess, you know, my thing is required is the things that I value. Do you respect the things that I value?
Do you respect?
Do you respect the things that I value? Because everything that I want from you, I'm gonna give to you. I'm a big reciprocity. I'm big on reciprocity. So like you said, you want somebody to pour into you. So do I, right? When I pour. I'll even go first. I'll do the first pour. You know
I was
what I'm
talking
saying?
to a guy recently that told me that one of his friends like only messes with girls that mess with him. Like, you know how like you feel like you're constantly chasing someone, like that's. So he's just like, no, like I only mess with the girls that want me, like they're all about me, like they're done chasing the girls that are like the masculine energy entrepreneur, like girls that are, you know, too good or harder to get. So I thought that was like interesting, like just giving that a try, you know, like people that mess with you that like, you know, those people that are like your hype team that support you and you would never really give them a chance. But some people are like, no, like those are the people I give chances to because like I know they're about me, they want me, they like me. And then I read a quote recently that was like, don't be the woman that needs a man, be the woman that a man needs. So that kind of resonated with me too.
That's deep.
Stop being like the woman that a man needs, just be the woman that a man needs. Wait, how is that?
No, yeah, be the woman that a man needs.
Yeah, be the woman a man needs.
I'll give you
Don't be the woman that needs a man.
Yeah, I'll give you a little
The
deeper
woman a
insight
man
on that.
needs. Yes.
So what that means is basically make yourself available to provide the space, right? To step in where you may see that man might be dropping the ball at. That's going to add value to that man, if that makes sense. Like for me personally, I don't wash clothes. but my clothes need to be washed. So if a woman was dating me or with me and she came over to my house or whatever and she saw a pile of clothes sitting over there, let's just say I went to go take a shower or something like that, and I come back, you know, it's a load in the washer. You got some stuff folded on the bed. I'm like, damn, that's a good woman.
Yeah, for real. For real.
Now, if I come back and them clothes are still in that space, I'm gonna look at this woman like, shit, why you here? I'm just keeping it 100.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, reciprocity, right?
Exactly.
Let's say that woman has something, you know, where, I don't know, TV broke or something, right? And I just pop up like, yeah, you know, you had that crack in that TV for like 2 weeks since I've been coming over, been watching shows, and I could barely see the full show. But check this out. Here go a new flat screen.
Boom.
Right? Now put this on the wall.
Boom. Right there.
Reciprocity, right?
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, like you said, initiative. Somebody got to draw first blood. If both parties sitting here at odds saying, well, I ain't gonna do nothing if you don't do nothing, then are we getting anywhere? Absolutely not. And then according to society norms, right, it's usually the man who has to draw first blood, correct?
Yeah.
Right. So on that note, we'll be right back after these messages.
Are you ready to transform your life while building the body you've always dreamed of? Introducing the Alpha Body Battalion Compensation Plan, a groundbreaking opportunity that will revolutionize the way you earn and empower you to reach your financial goals.
Imagine a world where your passion for fostering a healthy, active lifestyle and your desire for financial abundance seamlessly align. With the Alpha Body Battalion Success Share System, your hard work and dedication will be rewarded like never before.
Our compensation plan offers a multitude of benefits, including generous commissions, bonuses, and exciting incentives. Earn money while sharing your love for fitness and watch your income grow exponentially. Thanks to the compensation plan, I've been able to leave my 9-to-5 job and focus on building my dream fitness business full-time. The support and mentorship I receive from Alpha Body Battalion community have been invaluable. It's like having a whole team cheering me on. Don't miss out on this life-changing opportunity. Join the Alpha Body Battalion today and unlock your true potential. The Alpha Body Battalion Compensation Plan, where fitness meets financial freedom. It's a no-brainer. Act now and seize the opportunity to create the life you deserve.
Welcome back. Now let's discuss the potential gap between what women desire in relationships and what they realistically bring to the table.
Oh, my bad.
Y'all ready?
No. How do we answer that?
All right. So,
That's why I say, oh.
do y'all think there's a gap between what women desire in relationships and what they realistically bring to the table?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Let's speak on that. Yes, and let's go a little deeper on that.
I'm not saying me.
Right. We're gonna X you out.
But I do think there are women that are lazy, they're not cooking.
Speak on it.
If they have kids, they're not taking care of them. They out in the clubs every weekend. And then they just want this man to be there and provide without bringing anything to the table.
Unrealistic expectations.
It's very unrealistic.
Mic
Yeah.
drop. For real. For real.
Right, you look like you got a little something to add on there.
I got a lot to say. No, I mean, y'all need to, say, answer this question.
Y'all need to answer this question. We want to know.
There's definitely a gap because women think that because they're a woman and they're so desirable that they don't have to bring anything. They just bring themselves. And that's not it. Like you have to actually bring something because like, especially now you got Tinder, you got Bumble, you got all these other things where you can swipe left, swipe right. Like, if you're not going to do it, someone else will.
Real quick. Get her up out of here.
Yeah.
She's done. Stick a fork in her.
Right. Like you can walk down the street and get some ass. Like that's easy. Like I'm not bringing that to the table. Now understand my shit is magical.
We in Vegas. It can come right to you.
But
Uber
at the end of the day, that's not what I'm bringing. Like, are you bringing the support? Are you bringing the emotional? Are you bringing the household, keeping it together? What are you actually bringing? And just being a woman ain't enough.
It's not enough.
Women are crazy. They're emotional. They are a lot of work. High maintenance in a lot of cases. Like, are you looking for a relationship and a partner? Or are you looking for a sponsor?
Or are you looking for a slave?
I prefer a sponsor. Slaves work for free. Let me get a sponsor.
That's what it's seeming like in today's society. A lot of men are truly working for nothing. Because they get nothing in return. But on that note, it's not about men, it's about y'all. So
Okay, I agree with you.
Don't make us look too bad, though.
No, yeah.
no, we need that raw truth. What you mean? We ain't here to make nobody look bad. We here to bring out, what's happening.
Yet. I'm not sure about that.
I can't answer that one because you know what I'm saying. I'm looking for someone to
Bring something to the table.
Yeah, you got to bring something to the table.
Right. Let's go deep. Let's go deep.
What are you
want
brought to the
Why
table?
you say that, right?
Why does a woman have to bring something to the table?
Yeah, let's get some clear understanding on that.
Bro, about to get philosophical right here. Okay. Can I use an analogy?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is that cool? Okay. All right. Let's just say there's a gift, right? You get it. Yeah, you have a gift, and then there's what you earn, and then there's what it's just given to you. Not a gift, but it's just yours, right? You just get it. Which one you think you're gonna value the most? The thing you earn?
I would say the one that you earn.
Exactly. It's what you earn. So by nature, it's the way we are. Like, we value what we have to work for. We protect what we had to work for, hard for, right?
Right.
Jazz said she's not gonna give up her goals because she done worked too hard to get to this place.
Day and night.
Right? So if you ain't earning anything, you ain't gonna respect it. You gonna be like, man,
you ain't gonna value it.
You ain't gonna value it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's gonna be like you, man, trust, because I gave so much and I didn't make a woman earn what I had, earn me, because I know I'm worth it. I know I'm worth it, but I didn't know I was worth it. But I know I'm worth it now. So I'm never, it's not healthy for a woman not to earn it. It's not healthy for you. You can't get everything. How will we tell our kids? What will you tell your kids?
Right.
You can't expect the world to give you everything. You got to go get it.
Right.
When you go get it, you keep it. You keep what you get. You keep what you earn. And if it's a gift, man, how many times kids open a gift? They hot minute. It's a hot minute. It's a fad. You know what I'm saying?
Temporary
they open that gift
satisfaction.
up. They be like, oh.
Right.
And then they on to the next gift.
Right. Next gift. This high is
gift.
over with.
How many more gifts can I get?
Right.
Right. But let them go. Let them go work at a little, McDonald's or whatever.
So
man,
would you?
They earn that, boy. They be like.
So would you say that if you allow space and opportunity for a woman to truly work for your time, your energy, your resources, or whatever have you, that she's going to truly be appreciative of that because it wasn't just freely given?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, and you can you can take appreciation and you can say, okay, respect too. You know what I'm saying?
And she's going to respect it.
It's respect.
So she's going to appreciate, value, and respect that. So why are more men not embracing and embodying this type of understanding? We have a lot of men that are out here just freely
because the
giving.
P got power, bro. It's that P power. I mean, that's what it's been that. You feel me? Like, I mean, shake a little. You know what I'm saying? Like, the booty be talking. I don't know what to say on this YouTube thing, but
hey, go ahead, speak your truth. Speak your truth.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
speak on it. It got power.
Some dude, them looks, and I had to get off of that because it was catching me. It was catching me for real. I was like, I don't give. You don't give
Get everything.
Look, the plate can be empty, girl. Just you sit on it. You sit on the plate.
Right.
I'll be okay.
That's real talk. We got to be true with it.
It was like, because it was lust. I mean, and, you know, you're driven by lust, desire, and all that stuff. So you don't be thinking about the deeper things.
Right. So you saying the lust is what get a lot of guys in trouble with the women.
I mean,
because you don't allow that space, right?
Yeah. I mean,
for that connection to grow. You just out here tricking.
Right. I mean,
essentially.
Like, okay, I don't know. I'm sorry if I don't remember who said what, but you know, I think it was Jazz. You said like, you can go on the street and just go get you some.
Right. She said you could swipe left, swipe right.
Swipe right. Yeah. Swipe left, swipe right.
Swipey Jones Jr. Right. There you go. Yeah.
So, you know,
that's that way. Right.
Yeah. So I mean, but then at the same time, if a woman know, hey, look, this dude ain't no simp. He gonna make, you know, he expects stuff.
Right.
Then they gonna look at you differently. They be like, oh, you not like the other guys.
If you giving your time, energy, resources, or whatever have
about this, so
you expect something in return.
Yeah. You ain't like, it's an easy, like, no time of day. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, look, my time is, it ain't a lot. So
it
if
ain't
I
a
give
lot,
you
so
time
it's
a day,
valuable.
They understand the value of my time because I'm locked into things that are bigger than me.
Right.
My goals are bigger than me.
I like
my
that.
My goals require more from me.
I like how you put that. So if I'm gonna give
you something that is gonna take away from this, and I'm telling you, like, look, I don't have a lot of time, but whatever time I spend with you, you know what I'm saying?
It's intentional.
Yeah.
It's exactly. Very
I'm
intentional.
Intentionally spending time with you because I could be doing this, and this.
Right.
I used to not say that. Right. I used to be like, well, they just should know. No. Tell them. Tell a woman. Whenever I'm with you, I can't do this. And this thing is important to me.
But how do you
gotta have something that's important to you? You gotta have purpose.
Hold on. I don't want to cut you off, but listen. Let's stop right there, though. Let's stop right there because that's really extremely important, right? When you talking to that woman and you telling her, "Look, I don't have much time, but this time that I'm giving you is extremely important because I got this, and that going on," right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's it, and that's what I've been.
But we got to look at that piece. How did you get to that point? You got to that point when you probably bumped your head a few times, when people treated you wrong a few times, when they took your time that you spent for granted. You had to develop thick skin, one, and then you had to understand what real, true self-love meant.
Exactly.
So don't play with my time.
Exactly.
Because it's not here to just be given freely. Exactly. So we have to isolate that because I need everybody that's listening in on this to understand that, both men and women, right?
Yeah.
Because it can apply both ways.
Yeah.
Stop playing with people's time because time is extremely important, right? Yeah. If someone's giving you their time, make sure that you're available and you're ready to receive that.
Right.
Because at the same token, just like it's being given, it can be taken away.
Yeah.
And something else will take its place.
Yeah.
May or may not be good, or it can be good or bad.
Right.
So we'll hop back into this, but go ahead. I didn't want to cut you. I just want to isolate that because that's a real key point there.
Yeah, no, I'm a natural giver, so I was giving a lot. But it's because it's in me to give. But I didn't realize that it was important for me to require or expect or have a conviction that that woman that I'm interested in, I cannot just do all of this and just be like, yeah, we can live off of my energy. We can keep it pushing off of my energy. I'm going to be running myself down and running myself into the ground. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I went through several relationships and it was a pattern that I had formed. You know what I'm saying? It was a pattern that I had formed and I had to break that pattern. And literally, honestly, life broke it, helped me to stop. Life situations, you know, helped me to see the pattern that I had, which is not healthy. Yeah, it's beneficial. It's like giving candy to a kid. Keep giving them they're going to take it. Right. But it's not beneficial. It's not beneficial for the person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're just taking advantage.
It's not beneficial for me, of course. And so like you know, we talk about success. Like I had to learn about my patterns in dating and stuff like that were not leading me to being successful and leading me to get my heart, my get all busted up and stuff.
Heartbroken. Right. Speak on
together.
It. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was a lot of that, and I didn't know what it was at first, and then I was, you know, get myself put myself back together.
Humpty
you know
Dumpty. Put it back together.
And then I get into the next one, and I like, oh oh man,
Same situation?
Not as bad, but still the subversion of it.
Hey,
So
you
it's
getting you getting lumped up.
I
You getting hurt.
was less.
So it's essentially the same situation. You feel the
It's
same pain.
100%. So I learned through a lot of mistakes, through a lot of mistakes. Well, I won't say lessons.
Lessons. Right.
I learned through the lessons.
You grew through the hardship.
Yes, sir.
You pushed through because we on the push podcast.
Yeah, bro, and I'm on the other side of.
Push through.
I'm abundant up in here. I am abundant.
Y'all quiet over here. Come on, go ahead, chime in with us.
I'm just listening.
Like going back to like a woman just wants to feel safe. Like they're pretty simple. You know, like we can be complicated, but it goes back to like physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally safe, right? And so I feel like it can come off kind of ingenuine, like if someone's like giving you, it's like doing 10 tasks at 20% rather than like 5 at 80% to 100%. So I feel like with the whole monogamy thing too, coming back into it, like I don't know, like you want to invest your full self into somebody, but if you know that like you're not quite like, you know that like you're not all they want to be invested to, because like there's other things, like whether it be career, other women, like you feel like kind of on the back burner automatically. So like they're making multiple women feel safe and not just you. So therefore it's like, how am I supposed to get like 100% what I want out of this?
What do we all essentially get 100% out of life? We're being pulled in so many different directions. You know, you got responsibilities. If you got kids, you got kids. If you got a relationship, you got a relationship. So essentially, you know, to me, that seems a little bit unrealistic to get 100%.
Yeah.
To give somebody truly 100% of your time, energy, and efforts, we will all be broke bums on the street.
That's
right or
why you have to
wrong.
stay up on your shit.
So we have to prioritize that time, right? If I'm giving you, let's say 20%, that 20% has to be 100% attention, 100%, you know, support, 100%, you know, in that space and time with you so that it feels larger than life for you. Because I can only give you that 20%, right? That's a lot better than somebody just, you know, here, we out on the date, we eating, but I'm in my phone looking at Instagram. I'm on my phone checking out other dudes. You know what I'm saying? Versus being here, truly being engaging and conversating with that man or woman, right? So it's not that you not getting 100%, it's just that you, not you personally, but I feel some women are just greedy. They're not being realistic. I can't give somebody 100%. I got a business to run.
Yeah.
I got a family to take, you know, huh?
Yeah.
That's not real. But when I'm with you, I'm with you. I'm giving you my time, energy, and support. Hey, what we doing? We going to the zoo? We here. You want to hold hands? You want to hug?
That part.
Right? You want to cry? You want to, all right, I'm gone because I'm a man. I got responsibilities.
Yeah.
And if I'm a high value man, I'm taking on even more responsibility.
Big facts.
The world needs me, not just you, right? Or maybe I'm wrong.
No, I mean, I agree with you. You know what I'm saying? I agree with you, not just because.
I don't know, maybe.
It's just because I also understand, you know, you're a business owner, right? You're an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you know, as in entrepreneurship, if you have a business and wherever that business is at, it's going to take your time.
A significant amount of time.
Right? And so, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I mean, bro over there is like, with conviction, I can give you this. And when I give that, when we had that, you know, but you say you want to know if a person, like, I think you added, if you're giving this woman this much and you're giving this woman, so you're not, are you saying like between different women or just like, you know, that man's ambition? Because that's kind of like, you know what I'm saying, kind of what Jazz was talking about. Like, do you need 100% of him? Because I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to get tired of him.
100% trust.
You don't want 100%, I promise you.
Yeah.
Because he going to be in your face.
All the
He going to be in your face.
He's going to be up your ass all day and night. You're going to get burnt out. You're going to be like, look, dude, I need a break.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Give me a break.
Right?
Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that.
I guess. So you're just saying like be present when you're with that person. You're just present in that moment and giving them your percent that you can give in that.
No, you giving 100%
Yeah.
of that time.
Of that time.
I believe personally that giving somebody 100% of, if we got a 2-hour gap before I get back to work or before I got to run these errands and make sure that I'm bringing in the bread so that you don't look at me like a sucker or an other, right? If I'm giving you this 2 hours, I'm going to give you the best damn 2 hours I got. I'm going to make sure that your cup is filled overboard so I can get back up out of here, be Superman, and then hop right back to you when I can. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think that is realistic. I think that makes sense. And I think that if you're dealing with a man that truly has a hold on who he is and has a schedule and understands how to delegate tasks, delegate his time and energy, you will be filled. Versus you dealing with a sucker or another that's giving you 100% of his time. He ain't got going on personally in his life. He's a bum.
Right. Why are you always
He's
available?
texting you all day. He's calling you all day. Hey, baby, what's up? Where you at?
Hey, you gonna be
I need to cuddle. Let's watch a movie.
Go ahead.
Dude, do you got a job?
Go ahead. What y'all gonna say? What you gonna say to your girls about that dude? That's like
he up my ass.
Come on now.
You ain't doing nothing.
He just here all the time.
Right. Let's be real. He moved. He got
Like,
his
teach you
whole
about a job.
his wardrobe in your closet. He's like, babe, can you pick me out an outfit for the day?
Boy,
What we doing
you
today?
know what I'm saying? You ain't, like you said, you ain't trying to raise nobody's what?
Somebody's son.
Okay, so you don't want 100%.
Yeah, but it's the same thing with communication and meeting that person where they're at. If you understand, like, you have your own business and I only have your lunchtime, which is an hour, and that's the only time that you can give, you're about to rock my world for that 1 hour. And then you can go about your business. But we already had that conversation.
Right,
I understand.
right.
I already know where you're at. I already understand where I fit. And then it's now in my decision on either I'm going to roll with it and be okay with knowing that I only get an hour out of every day from you, or I'm not with it at all and just walk away. It's what do you want and what do you value? If you're only able to give me 20%, I need 100% out of that 20%.
Absolutely.
Not
I totally agree.
real 20% out of that 20%, because then you're also now wasting my time.
Now you
Because
lacking.
I could be doing something else in that 20%.
No, I'm with you 100% on that.
Yeah.
I'm with you 100% on that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you best believe that hour is going down.
Right.
For that hour.
Until the next day.
For that strong hour, I'm going to give you everything I got. Best damn hour of your day.
But what about
Undivided.
the off hours though?
On everything. All right, let's continue on, shall we? So,
You only get so much time for a guy, you know, like.
But if you know where they're at,
Yeah, I see
like
they
it
got
just
all the side
depends
comments.
on
Yeah,
100%
transparency.
100% transparency.
So,
So,
Over here
Y'all
talking
ready?
About divide and conquer for this piece.
yeah,
She using mathematics with hers.
you gotta be careful with that. Adding and subtracting. So, how do you navigate the balance between maintaining high standards and being realistic about what you and your partner can offer each other?
Practice what you preach, reap what you sow, I feel like.
Practice what you preach.
Yeah.
Lead by example, lead from the front. I'm with you on that.
Okay, can you ask that question again? 'Cause I'm sorry, I got lost in
I'm gonna slow it down for y'all.
Yeah, I'm a very visual person.
I'm gonna slow it down for y'all. Matrix.
I need some visual aid with that one.
How do you navigate the balance between maintaining high standards and being realistic about what you and your partner can offer each other?
So I have high standards. I know that. Chances of someone meeting those standards ain't really happening. So I need to understand these are the things that I want, and you might be right here, and I can meet you here and hopefully build you up so you can get here. But if I can't build you up to take you up here to meet my high standards, then my standards need to come back, or come down. But it's also, I don't believe in having standards that I don't uphold myself.
Right. That's the kicker right there.
Yeah.
Right.
Because if you have these extremely high standards, they have to be realistic, right? We human beings. If you can't even uphold your own standards that you're trying to put on that other person, then they shouldn't even exist.
Exactly. You asking for another mother and father.
Right. So if you saying, let's throw something out there. If I need a 6-figure brother.
Right.
Are you a 6-figure
right,
sister?
you working at McDonald's. Like, come on now.
That part.
She working at Chipotle talking about pinto or black.
Hash. You singing hash.
And she saying, yeah, I need me a 6-figure brother. I'm going to look at that woman like, listen here, sister. You silly. You silly.
I need a man with his own car, but you taking the bus every day. Like,
right.
No.
Yeah.
I think that's realistic.
Yeah.
I think that's realistic.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, so yeah, I honestly, I didn't, if you probably tell like with my answers, I adapt, right? Very adaptable, right? And so, but what my convictions are, my standards, those don't change.
Right.
But I'm also patient. You know what I'm saying? So like, I wouldn't call what I do as building someone up. I call it like, hey, if that's your dream or whatever, and I can help you out, I'll help you out. So maybe that's considered building someone up, right? But what I don't do is like lower the bar. So a lot of times there's pressure on that person because if they don't have that drive and an ambition naturally, and then they gotta like artificially, you know what I'm saying, generate that, then my drive and my ambition can make them feel insecure. Okay. That's what I kind of learned. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. And so, but I just can't bring my standards down. I just can't. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying, like, I'm really about like, yo, what I ask of, what I ask of you, I'm not gonna ask nothing of you that I can't do for myself, right? And that I wouldn't be willing to do for you, right? No, period, I feel that point blank, right, like that. So at the same time, I guess that balance is that, if let's just say, we trying to get to the ceiling, let's just say I got like 10 steps, right? Right. And you got 0 steps. Is it too much for me to give you 4 steps? No, it's not. Okay, so I got 6 steps, you got 4 steps. Now but the ceiling is still the standard. We're still trying to get to the ceiling. Right. Right. But can I give up a little bit of my steps? Yeah, I can. Can you bring your Indian so you can add to she can add to her own, or 5 and 5 or whatever. Now those things I'm willing to do. I'm willing to do that. So I mean, it's kind of like a dance, but obviously, you know what I'm saying, like I have to know that that's a person, that woman is worth that. It's worth that.
Or she's making the effort to hit those steps.
For sure. Because you know what I'm saying, like the earning part of it is still important. And I'm learning. I mean, I'm not mastered this. I'm still single. What the hell? You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm single.
We all in our process, right?
Right.
Absolutely.
So yeah, and I'm learning how to, be okay with losing somebody so that I don't lose myself.
Right. Letting somebody go. Yeah, letting somebody go. So that they can go through their process while you can maintain frame.
Yeah, and come back with them steps. And let's go.
So let's say this, right? Because I understand and I know early on, I hear, through the grapevine that women believe men are lacking in, certain life skills and things like that, right? So let's say y'all all are pretty ambitious women up here, right? If a guy's not at your status, how would you navigate that? But you're truly into this man, like you love and care about him, and you want him essentially, but he's not bare minimum doing what you're doing in life.
Like an example of that would be like how to like disqualify a man that's not like living up to your standards. Like, for example, this is not like if you have the standard of like the man has to open your door every time you get in and out of the car, and you sit there and wait. Like you have to sit there and wait. He will get to the point where he like is like ready and excited to like open your door for you. And I feel like once you get like that common understanding, like that's your standard. He respects that. He opened your door every time now. He's feeling respected and trusted. And then it just goes both ways, like where the trust is set, the boundaries set, the standard set, and that's when it's like simpatico together. Does that make sense?
No, I understand that. But how do you get to that point? Is that an organic process, or is that actually communicated? Because some women believe that it's just supposed to be automatic.
Yeah.
I ain't having no conversation with you like I'm gonna sit here and wait, and your door never gets open because you didn't communicate that, right? So I'm asking this.
Yeah.
Is that a natural occurrence, or are you communicating that from the giddy up?
Like, I assume that it would be a natural occurrence.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But it's okay to communicate.
That's just an example of like how to build the trust and like set a standard that's like, that's my standard. So you can either like live up to it or not.
Yeah.
Like,
But if you aren't aware, if the man isn't aware, do you hold him to that standard if he's like...
Yeah, I guess he's just not to your standard, in that...
That's a simple fix though, I guess.
Yeah, and that's just like a example.
So we got secret standards going on around here. That's what we're talking about.
Do y'all men not open doors?
We open doors when necessary. Absolutely.
She's saying they don't.
We open doors when necessary. At the end of the day, if a woman that I'm dealing with doesn't express that, hey, I like to have my door open.
You should like want to open your window.
It's women out here that...
That's what...
I'm very independent though. Please.
Yeah, speak on that.
If I just got to the door.
There's some women out here who want to open their own door.
I'm not sending
Let's be honest.
and waiting for you to open my door.
As a man, hold on. But let me get this out. Let me get this out real quick.
So just an example.
So we got some women saying that they like their door open. Then we got some women saying they independent, they can open their own door. As a man, it is extremely confusing to know the difference between if you want your door open or you don't. So at the end of the day, you cannot condemn a man for not opening your door unless you communicate that with him, because we don't know. We're not mind readers.
Right. Yeah.
We don't know if you want your door open or not.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
At the end of the day, I've opened doors for women who have been offended. Hey, I got it. Oh, well, chill. Okay.
She needs to figure that out.
Right. So, I mean, I've been in a relationship with someone that would quite literally like pop the shit out of my hand for reaching for the door. Again, I just beat you to the door. Let me open it.
That's a little aggressive.
Get out of my way. Like
that's a little aggressive. I'm not smacking no woman on her hand for fear of catching a DV. But anyways,
Nah, for real.
let's get right back to it. If you don't provide a space with effective communication, do not expect to be treated a certain way unless you communicate that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That is real life.
Yeah.
This is not the Wizard of Oz. We don't read minds around here.
Yeah.
As man, I'm speaking from the man side. If you want to be treated a certain way as a woman that you feel that you should be treated, please communicate that with the man that you're dealing with so that he can have the opportunity to provide that for you. Yeah. Don't sit here and reprimand a man for not doing something that you haven't even communicated with him. That's just ridiculous.
How does this come up in conversation?
Well, she brought
just bring it
Miss
up.
Brooklyn
No,
over there
I'm
brought
just
it
saying, like,
Brooklyn brought it up.
Some women are very like
open my door,
set that
please.
standard. Some women have that high standard, like, and they just expect that, and like yours might be different. Like you have a standard elsewhere, but like once you like get on that common ground with each other, that's when like the trust builds. You trust that he's there for you, and you feel safe. In his hands.
Totally agree with you on that. Once you said common ground, that means having a true understanding.
Yeah.
This woman right here that I'm dealing with, she likes her door open. Right. I don't have a problem opening the door.
Right.
I don't have a problem opening the door. Yeah. But at the end of the day, what I'm not going to do is set myself up for failure dealing with a woman that's an independent woman and she's saying I can get my door open for myself. So I'm going to sit back. I'm an observer. I'm observe first, right?
Yeah.
Oh, she waiting. Okay, let me get her door.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that's kind of communication.
That's respect. As a man, I'm gonna respect the woman because I want her to feel safe and secure around me. I'm not gonna overstep boundaries. Right. I'm not gonna get your door if you don't want me to get your door. Right. But if you want me to get your door, trust and believe I'm there to get your door.
It could be with anything. Doesn't have to be the door.
Right. Like, that's what I'm saying. With anything.
It can be any standard you set.
Communication is key.
Example of getting on the same page.
Communication is key.
Yeah. You know, there's someone I was dating, and we were in a relationship, and man, she did that nonverbal communication thing. She was just standing there, right? And I was like, I said, first,
That's awkward.
you know, in my head, I was like, I'm not your girl, I'm not your doorman. You come on now. If you want something, ask. Like, I was offended that she didn't communicate. Like, I'm supposed to just like step in, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't stop. Like, she was a queen of let me let go, because obviously I'm getting a little angry about that. But it was offensive that I was offended that, and I'm not saying that
go ahead.
I just feel like that's a basic. That's like the minimum. That is a minimum.
It is. Yes. We not saying that it's not,
on
Kiki.
The sidewalk, are you walking in the street towards the street?
That is a big one.
Or do I have to tell you, like, get over here? You know?
Absolutely.
So
I'm totally on board with what Kiki is saying. But at the end of the day, we just had another woman to your right say, I'm independent.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I don't need a man to do this and that, right? So if we have a society that's built on...
No, I'm not setting you up. But this is my thing, though. Like, if I get to the door and I open my door, I'm not saying don't ever open my door. I just beat you to the door at this moment.
So we cleaning it up a little bit.
If you get to the door the next time and open it before I get, then do it. But just understand, I'm not going to stand here and wait for you to open the door. But that also goes with, how was the man raised? If you're not raised to open doors, how could you expect someone to open a door?
I think we're getting off topic. So check this door. We getting off topic with this, because at the end of the day, the average man, and I'm speaking from the man's side, will open the door for a woman. No questions asked, no problem.
Yeah.
Me personally, from personal experience, I opened the door for a woman who gave me nothing but straight attitude. She did not even care.
That's unfortunate.
That I opened the door for her. It was almost like she was offended that I touched that door for her. Yeah. Like, I can get my own door.
That's a real masculine woman.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, we cannot negate the fact that there are women out here like that. So we have to, as men, we have to tread cautiously. You cannot overlook that. So what Jazz is saying is a half truth, in a sense that men should be raised this way. Absolutely, we're raised this way. In the American culture and society, men give their lives for women. Yeah. But at the end of the day, when do we draw the line between men and women, where you have women out here who will literally fight you over a damn door? Can you literally treat every woman the same? Absolutely not. You have to observe the woman first and then move accordingly. So I'm not going to get chastised as a man for not doing something that some women are voicing their opinion, saying, I don't need no man for that. I don't need your help. Don't touch my door, bruh.
No, for real.
Right? For real. So let's get some real understanding here, because I think we kind of keep going back to the Wizard of Oz. It's unrealistic expectations when you know you in a world, in a society where some women, they don't go for that.
Yeah.
And I'd rather not step on toes and tread softly as a man, especially a man of my stature. Some people look at me and they're intimidated. So if I reach to, hey, you good? Man, look, I ain't even on that time. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to help you out.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't want to offend a woman, especially a woman that I'm interested in, that's in my space. I'm going to come, open and ready and willing, but we have to have that effective communication. Mm-hmm. You have to let me know what you like, what you don't like.
That part.
Right? So that I can have an opportunity and a space to show up as that man for you. Mm-hmm. You giving me unrealistic expectations, so I'm literally losing before I even start.
Yeah.
In your head, oh, he ain't get my door for me. In my head, I'm ready. I'm here like, tear that damn door off for you. What you talking about, girl? You look so good to me. But there's no communication there. So it's like I'm sitting here, damn, I lost already. And you don't even know the type of man that I am.
And that was a situation where that's kind of where it was. Like, it was like, a person, like, she would just walk fast to the car.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And stand there. And I'm
slow
like,
your ass down. Let him get the dope for you.
Give me the opportunity.
Come on, man. Help me help you.
You feel like, and then be like, and then knock you, you know what I'm saying? And say something.
And then knock you, right.
Right. And I'm like, okay, now you dang near sprinted to this bad boy. Like, girl.
Who saying? You saying both.
You 4 4 10. Your 40 is dope. Your 40 is dope.
Damn.
40 was dope.
But I'll say this though. I'll say this. On the flip side, to back to women, if you communicate with your man or the man that you're dating, right, and tell him, look, I like to have my door open. It makes me feel special. It makes me feel like, I'm the best thing since sliced bread in your world. Mm-hmm. And you allow me to have that space and that opportunity to get that door for you, I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna drop the ball.
Boom. Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But if he doesn't, then you need to drop that sucker like a bad habit.
Swipe left real quick.
Right.
Make that mental note. Ladies out there, if you communicate your needs and your wants and the man is not facilitating that, then you know where you stand.
It's time to go.
Make the cut.
Nope.
There it is.
Right. Y'all got any more insights on that? We good?
Yeah.
All right, great talk. Now let's explore the importance of a spiritual connection in relationships. How important is a spiritual connection in your relationships?
It's very important. What I look for in a man is God. I feel like that's the only way I'm gonna be able to follow you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's all I gotta say on that.
Wow.
I like how
It's
very well
And
put.
We equally yoked. Like that's my number one in my life. If it's not your number one in life, then we already,
Right.
compatible.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that, Kiki. Yup, that's the one. Mm-hmm.
Great answer.
She took the words out your mouth, huh, Jazz?
Jazz is like,
I just not to go against what you said, but for me personally, there's a difference between religion and spirituality.
Oh, definitely.
And so for me, I don't need you to yes, if you're in, Christian and into God and all of that, I'm here with you because I am as well. But when it comes to the spirit, do our souls genuinely connect and mesh well together?
Ooh.
That's what I'm looking for.
Right,
And just being around you, I'm feeling your energy. I'm very quiet and observant first, just to feel your energy and feel what you are, see what you're going through and how do you react to it. What affects you, what brings you up here, what tears you down, what makes you outside of the physical. So the spirituality, do you know who you are? Are you confident in yourself and what you bring? Then that's what I'm going to be attracted to rather than do you follow God?
Okay.
Respect.
I'm still there, but there's people that are say oh yeah, I'm a Christian, but they're not actually following it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. That's out for me. Don't be no fake Christian around me, okay?
Christian in the light, but demon in the dark.
Yeah.
What they call them, in the closet Christian?
yeah, closet heathen or something.
In the closet heathen. You said what you said?
Because if they Christian, on one side, but then you know what I'm saying, they doing something else. It's it's not necessarily Christianity or their faith or whatever, but it's some individuals, that's their identity,
right?
But that's not who they really are.
Right.
Okay.
So if you put your card as this is who I am, and that's all I love. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You really you sold me, okay? But I see you being something else. I'm like, so okay.
You ain't standing on business. You hypocritical.
You ain't standing on business with it. So
right.
I want to check your cards, check your Christianity real quick.
Yeah, I feel like I'm still on my spiritual journey myself. I'm not in any set religion, but I do find myself more attracted to a man that has a higher power and self that they communicate with, and I'd love to read scriptures with my man sometimes and just learn, nothing.
Learn together.
Yeah, just learn together and grow together with it.
Learn together. And
I do find
together.
myself turned on more by a man that's with it than against it.
Right.
Y'all hear that, fellas? Ladies out here, they looking for some type of spiritual guidance. Make sure you prayed up. Stop, don't make me laugh. I was trying to hold it together.
Prayed up.
All right, so hey, I appreciate y'all for sharing. Thank y'all for sharing. Now let's hear a word from our sponsors.
In a world full of possibilities, sometimes all we need is a fresh start. Alpha Body Supplements is your gateway to better nutrition, true leadership, and real opportunity, offering high-quality supplements and expert guidance. More than just a company, We're a community that uplifts and empowers. We believe in creating generational wealth and a lasting legacy for future generations. Join us on this journey of transformation and opportunity. Alpha Body Supplements. Your path to a brighter, healthier future starts here.
We're right back like we never left. Now let's reflect on the lessons learned from past relationships. What have been the most significant lessons you've learned from past relationships?
Man, I already know mine. You can't save them. You can't save them. I had to leave my cape alone. Like literally, I had to bury that thing because I was like, Captain, I was trying to save him. I was trying to save him. You know what I'm saying?
I second that. Okay.
You know, that's the biggest one.
I feel like nothing is guaranteed in life. So, I feel like we're all on our own journey. So I feel like trying to like change someone to fit your needs better is just not possible these days. Like nothing's guaranteed. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. So
that's true.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mine was like letting go of control. Yeah. Like letting go of control. Like I'm like very, you're not doing this the way that I want you to do it. And I'm feeling some type of way, but yeah, letting people, I guess, let people show you who they are and then navigate how you feel about that if you want to continue or exit life, you know?
I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that, for sure.
Real talk.
What Brooklyn said too, like, life is short, you know? So.
Yep. Red flags are red flags from day one, whether you choose to acknowledge them or you choose to change them, because as women, we feel like we can fix them or like, oh, it's a new little project, you're going to change for me, and then it doesn't happen. So understanding that the red flags are red flags from day one, and whether you choose to accept them is up to you. Don't get mad about the red flags that you knew were there years later. They were there to begin with. And understanding that, like, you can't control, you can't change, you can influence, but you can't actually control, you can't actually change.
Can't control, you can't change. You just got to accept it. It is what it is, right?
It is what it is.
Can you live with it or not? That's the choices you
Like Brooklyn said, ain't nothing promised to us, right?
Exactly.
Except death. Death is absolutely promised to each and every last one of us. So on that note, make the rest of your life the best of your life. Don't settle. Don't ignore the flags. Push through, because we are on the Push podcast. On that note, how have these lessons shaped your current approach to relationships?
So I think I pretty much kind of actually spoke on this, is that, you know, just allowing that woman, or I'll say that, but giving space for that woman to earn, you know what I'm saying, earn the time and attention.
Build the value, right?
Yeah, all the benefits of being in a relationship with me by her showing up, giving her time, you know what I'm saying, be a benefit to me, you know what I'm saying, and not just like doing everything in the relationship to make the relationship work, because, you know, I'm attached to something in that relationship that person is giving me. You know, usually you had to do it, you know what I'm saying. That's what it was. I was like, my bad, I'm sorry, y'all.
No, you good.
Beat that out real quick.
No, you good.
But y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I feel like not losing yourself. Like, you know how you're in a relationship and you start to like your bad habits start to come to light more, and like, so just staying on your path, and like, because I feel like that's when the person's always gonna like be drawn to you, is when you're like fulfilling your passion, staying on your path and your goals and your dreams and stuff, and just staying so transparent. That's like the biggest thing I've learned, is like full transparency from the very beginning. Like, can never lead you astray. It really can't. It is like, you are who you are, and that's how you should always be in relationships.
No, I totally agree with you on that. But again, at the same token, you have to allow the space for that, your partner or the person that you should be aware of them, right? What they're ready for and what they're not ready for. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to jump out too strong and scare somebody off without allowing them the space and opportunity to get to know who you truly are. Because like Ray said, you can miss that opportunity with somebody that you can have a true divine connection with.
Yeah.
Because maybe you jumped the gun too soon. Or maybe you didn't allow that space and that time to really pass to understand who they are, you know, and how y'all both interconnect, right? So that's emotional intelligence, self-awareness.
Yeah.
All right, so valuable lessons indeed, right? Now let's wrap up basically what we're talking about here and give some advice to our listeners, right? So what advice would you give to other women seeking fulfilling meaningful relationships?
I want to say like the number one thing is definitely to like properly vet the person. Like make sure that you guys are going off compatibility and not chemistry.
Beautiful word. I love that word, vet.
Yeah.
Vetting. Extremely powerful word.
Yep.
I like that in you.
Yep. Ditto.
Any other lessons? Or advice that you would give to women out there?
My advice would be not to try to fix anybody. And then understand that you're meeting people at different parts of their life, and
right.
don't put these unrealistic expectations on yourself or on your partner because of what you want.
I like how you think.
If that's not where y'all are at, that's not where y'all are going to be.
Real talk.
Yeah, like stay your true best self, and like don't lose your friends. Still make time for friends, family, everything that's important to you, regardless of the relationship. Like, just keep the people close. It's so easy to like just put both feet into a relationship and just like make them your whole world. But they need to come into your world, which is like your family, friends, all the things that are important to you. So just not letting go of that and getting,
Right, in due time, right? If you don't want to throw them in the mix with the family and they psychotic, you know what I'm saying? That's when you know you got a dude out there boxing with your brother talking about, man, she hurt me, so I'm gonna hurt you. So yeah, you know, make sure you
have no brothers.
That awareness factor, right? Vetting process. So, what do y'all believe is key to a successful and lasting relationship?
Communication.
Communication.
Yeah, you just can't get enough of that. Communicate.
Let's go a little deeper on that. Effective communication. Because you can communicate with somebody and they can literally be confused. Like, huh? Make sure, check in with your partner. Check in with the person that you're dealing with. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
And you should
be able to comprehend.
Right.
And communicate. For sure.
Effective communication, please. Too often we get caught up thinking that we done hit somebody with a body shake signal or something and they didn't catch it. Drop the ball totally. Now you upset.
Yep.
But was it truly that effective?
If they didn't catch it, your throat might be off, folks.
Yeah.
But it's communication from both ends, because because you're saying it, the other person has to be open to receive it.
Absolutely.
And then are you receiving the message that I'm trying to give you? Because if I'm telling you one thing and you're hearing something else, the communication is still missed.
Communication is off. Therefore, you must check in. You must check in. Don't just give signals and don't check in.
You might have to practice that.
Make sure you check in.
Yeah.
It's important. Wise words to ponder upon, for sure. Absolutely. And finally, let's explore the ways in which women might be standing in their own way of achieving the type of relationships they truly want, right? So, in what ways do you think women might be standing in their own way of achieving the type of relationship that they truly desire?
High standards, I think.
Right.
Maybe the standards being a little too high, a little too unachievable.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like keeping your guard up too. Like keeping your guard up, not letting it down. Like not being emotionally available for the right person.
Ooh, I like that. I like that one. Not emotionally available.
Yeah, that's
man, I just
Ray, you look like you got a story for us.
I got a story time for that too, man. Y'all want to hear this?
Come on, go into it real quick for us. Bless us with
Okay, I'll make the short version is that
give us that short version.
and she just had some issues, or she came out of some relationships that were hard for her, right? And so she had set a new standard. She said, before commit to anybody, I'm gonna go 90 days and we can get to know each other and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, 90 days before what's gonna happen? Okay, what I gotta wait on? And my crazy self, I'm like doing stupid stuff. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, that's no problem. I'll rock with you for 90 days, right? So anyway, in that 90 days, she was like holding herself back. Kind of like pacing it out, like what they call breadcrumbing type stuff.
Breadcrumbing.
Yeah, she was breadcrumbing. And I was like, I said, okay, you want me to wait 90 days? What am I waiting for? What am I waiting for? Because if you're only showing me now who you are, I'm like, I don't know if we ain't gonna make it to 90 days because I don't know where you stand. I don't know how you feel about me because you kind of like, and then she'll like reveal something, and it was always like, it was unpredictable. Like, right. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, man, get out of here.
It's like, but as women, like we have these traumatic, like we have these, I won't say traumatics, like fucking exaggerating, but we have these experiences with past relationships that at a certain point in time or a certain age, you're just like, I don't want to give you all of me to you because I've given all of myself to other people, and it's been taken advantage of. It's been thrown in me.
That's
so
deep.
if you're taking a step back to just allow a few characteristics come out, but then that still comes with communication. Hey, listen, I've been in some relationships in the past, so I'm going to take my time to reveal who I truly am to you. But that again comes back, I'm just very upfront and blunt and communicative. Not everybody's like that.
Right.
But yeah, so I understand both sides, the male perspective of what are you holding back on, but then from the female, we've been on so many times. So this is who you are.
At the same token, you have to allow space and opportunity to truly connect with that person, because at the end of the day, if you essentially breadcrumbing, right, you may miss that opportunity to have, a true connection with somebody, because you're chastising that person for something that was done with another. That is not fair, nor is that a level playing field. That's not balanced at all. So at the same token, you have to, again, self-awareness, right? Who am I dealing with? And are they providing a space for me to be open and to, pour into them a lot more deeper? And at the end of the day, it kind of falls back on the woman too, essentially, because what type of man are you choosing straight out the gate? Are you choosing a guy that you can be emotionally available for? Are you choosing a guy that is providing that space and that protective factor for you, right? Because like you said, Jazz, the red flags is the red flags. Are we ignoring these red flags, and then when we get into a situation with a dude and he dog us or he do something wrong, now we sitting up here, the next guy got to take what the previous guy did? That's not okay.
Yeah.
So we got to understand that too, and that's strong self-awareness. So let's, practice that self-awareness and the boundaries within ourselves, because you have to put boundaries and parameters around yourself too. You can't do to somebody new what was done to you in the past. It's not fair to that new person. You're not providing them space and opportunity to truly connect with you. So now you shooting yourself in the foot. You destroying the relationship before it even begins. Is that realistic? Does that make sense? Absolutely not. So at this time, we're gonna open up the floor for Q&A for our guests, those who are on Zoom. Anybody in the crowd have questions for our guests up here on the Push Podcast, feel free, raise your hand. Let's get it cracking. We got one in the back came up. Mr. Twice Daniels. Mr. Two Times. In the back to my left.
Oh man.
He said,
Care
what I notes. What he said?
Yeah, no, you heard him right. He said, let me grab my notes.
Grab my notes.
Receipts. You said.
They've been listening.
8:37. You said.
You wild boy.
So, as I'm listening to the panel, you guys did amazing, by the way. Great stuff. Now, I couldn't help but realize that I heard and seen more red flags than a Chinese New Year.
Oh,
and we talking about red flags, and I gotta point out a couple. So, I wrote down a couple questions for everyone in the panel. Jazz.
Yes.
Jazz in the hot seat.
So, this is my first question, and this is one of the first things that you said this evening. Do you think that the man you want will accept being second in your life?
Oh, good question.
You have no other choice but to accept it.
I asked the man that you want.
The man I
you
want?
desire, the man that you believe is the perfect match for you, the one that you're going to seek. Is he going to be willing to accept? Because what happens is I'm hearing a lot of things that men that want you. You have never spoke about the man that you want.
Ooh.
So
Man, you tossing them fireballs from the back.
Right.
So,
Let's go. Bat ready.
Heavy hitter back there. Okay.
So,
Diabolical.
what's the question? Re-ask the
would
question.
the man that you desire be willing, do you think he'd be willing to be second in your life?
No. It's not a first and second, it's a partnership. And as long as you're understanding that I am doing for we and you can help me on we, then that's where we're at. If you're not willing to help me and become a we, then you're not on my priority list whatsoever.
We're still in a Chinese New Year, I see.
Yep.
Okay. Red flags.
The year of the dog.
All right.
See why?
The year of the dog.
I don't know.
Sounds about right. So, Brooklyn, I have one for you as well.
You're making me nervous.
Oh, don't be nervous. It's only truth. That's it. We only pushing around here. You know what I'm saying?
Keep it pushing, Ron.
So,
we on the Push Podcast.
do you think relationships work better when the man brings the woman into his world, or the woman brings the man into her world?
I think it kind of goes back to like the identifying where you're at on the scale, like masculine and feminine, and just wherever you're at, trying to find someone to find your perfect balance. But for me personally, like I do have such a strong like world with like my family and like my morals and ethics, and so I do think for me it would be bringing a man into my world. But hopefully his like passions and goals like mesh to where I can support him as well. Like I'm a pretty 50-50 girl, like, so I think both has to go both. I want to be in his world just as much as I want him to be in my world.
Interesting. You too like lesser men. Moving forward. Okay. Now I know.
I'm first,
Kiki.
second.
Kiki.
That's what it sounds like. Sound like they gotta grab some suckers.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know what's going on.
That's just from my standpoint. I'm just an observer. I'm listening.
And Kiki, I have one for you. I'm sorry. Would you?
Wait, because I want to go back to that same question.
Okay, I shall return.
Move on to Kiki.
Go for it.
So my question, Brooklyn, right? So my question would be, okay, say for instance you do have a strong world. Are you allowing that man to come in and take his role in your world if you're bringing him into your world?
Yeah,
Good question.
totally. For sure. it's gotta mesh. Yeah, it's just gotta mesh with mine. But yeah, I'm so down for that. For sure.
We got another one right here on the right.
I just wanted to cue into what Twice was saying to Jasmine. You was saying saying that for us that the guy, you're not gonna share the guy, but the guy gotta share you. So when you're saying we, like you're basically saying you want two beta males and you're the alpha woman that's controlling the relationship.
No, what I'm saying is I need you to understand where I am in my life and where I'm trying to go, and either get with it or get lost.
But if you want the man that you desire, he's definitely not gonna want no other guy there.
No, but I'm talking about right now. You asked what my current.
No, I was pertaining to what he was saying. He was actually.
I mean, when it's one-on-one, it's a different situation. But right now, it's not there. Until you can give me exactly everything that I need, you're not going to be the only one. Period. And you need to be okay with understanding that. And I'm not saying that it's necessarily like I'm out just dating or like hunching on any and everybody. It's just like, all right, understand that I might go to lunch with this person today because you don't have time for me. You have to be okay with that. We're not 100% committed into each other, but if we are and it's me and you and this is what I'm doing, understand this is where I am in my journey. I'm an entrepreneur. I started my own business, so that's why I'm keep bringing that part up. But
love it. We love that.
If I'm building my own empire and building my legacy, I don't need a distraction. I need someone that's going to enhance that and add value to my journey and my destination.
So you're saying essentially that if you stumble upon that man that's checking the boxes for you, you will become exclusive with that man.
It's you and me all day. But again, if you're not, if there's no reason for me to be exclusive with you, then I'm not going to be.
If you're coming as a half brother, just know that she's going to another. Next question.
That's but okay.
If you ain't a whole brother, you already know. The other brothers is occupying that space and time. We need two of y'all to equal one.
So I'm just curious if women truly know their place and their purpose in life.
Ooh, that's a great question.
I'm just curious if women really know that they're meant to be led and taught and protected by men. And that at the end of the day, no matter how big your purpose is, no matter how big your goals is, no matter how big your company or your business or whatever, it pales into comparison to the power of a true man who is walking in his purpose and actually affecting change in the world. So I'm curious if you're not standing directly in your own way by thinking that you're the one that's supposed to lead. And I'm just reflecting as a woman who's also an entrepreneur, who also is strong, who also has an independent mind, who also knows how to facilitate all of my abilities to create. It saddens me to see, and I'm just going to be honest and I'm going to be real, because we're directly standing in our own way, in our own path by thinking that we're the ones that are men. We don't have this between our legs that is meant to penetrate the world and transform and change. So I'm just curious if maybe each woman on the panel and man is willing to reflect on that and is willing to take that into consideration, because our world is separated and it's divided between men and women for this particular issue right here. And it seems cute and it seems cool and it seems fun. And it's like, oh yeah, I got my business going on and it's so cool. And he got to get with me. No, if he gets with you, he is lesser of a man. Why would you say that for the majority when you cancel yourselves out of the ones that you actually want? I'm just curious.
Dude,
I think I really do believe that a man is nothing without a woman and a woman is nothing without a man. Like, you do have to have both roles. But like how those roles mix is like where it's important, you know? Does that make sense?
All right. Lisa, that was amazing, by the way. That was amazing, by the way. I appreciate it.
I mean, like, if there's nothing to follow, there's nothing to follow. Like, I can't be submissive to something that there's not something to be submissive to.
Right. But we talking about the men who are strong, who are making a difference. Would you submit yourself to a man that checks all the boxes for you, provides the space and the opportunity for you to grow? Would you continue to try to lead that situationship, or would you surrender to the process and allow that man to lead you to the promised land?
I don't think there's a need to have both parties in a relationship to both be alpha, because you're going to fight every single time.
Okay.
Like, there has to be a balance. Like, if you're feeling, as a man, if you're feeling a little bit more emotional about a situation, I can come in a little bit more masculine. That's a perfect balance. And the same vice versa. But we both can't be masculine on every single situation, every single time. We're going to fight. So if you are coming in and you're making it, I am the man, this is me, this is my role, this is what I'm doing, I will.
Right.
I've been strong for too long. Take it, baby. It's your turn. I'm here to support you. And then the roles are like clearly defined from there. But at the beginning, if you're masculine, or too feminine, soft-spoken, and don't say, like, nothing's going to happen.
Right. I agree with you on that. I think there is a healthy balance between being masculine, knowing when to step up and be masculine, and knowing when to fall back into the feminine for both men and women. But at the end of the day, somebody got to take the lead, right? Yeah. No matter if I'm a masculine man that flows in my feminine, goes back into my masculine. For me personally, I would take it on the chin if I'm saying we need to go left instead of going right in order to save our life, in order to provide the lifestyle that we want, right? Because like Brooklyn said, ain't promised to us. Yeah. We can make a decision that we will want to transform and change our life for the better, but it could absolutely transform and change us for the worse. Mm. I'm a man that's man enough and willing to take that on the chin and say, you know what? I screwed up. But you gotta be able to provide that space for that man, right? Mm-hmm. You have to be that support for him, because that's a lot of pressure. I don't think personally women want that pressure on them. That's a lot of pressure that if you make a choice, let's say you lead and your man is following you and his life is in your hands. His livelihood is in your hands. His everything is in your hands, because you saying, look, I got the business. Shelve your business, you're gonna come up under mine, because that's just the type of woman I am. Are you willing and to take responsibility for the hardships and the turmoil and the BS that's gonna come with that?
No, because
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Someone else's son.
I'm just gonna stay up on my business until I meet someone that like I'm willing to go full-fledged for. You know, like I'm like being patient. Like I'm totally okay with where I'm at. I'm not in a rush. Like I'm just ready, open arms. Like whenever it happens.
Whenever that Superman appear, right?
I know I've been in relationships where, my type is a woman that has a certain strength to her. You know what I'm saying? And in the relationship dynamic, we talk about dominance and submission and stuff like that, or being submissive and stuff. So those are conversations that we have. And every single relationship that I've been in, the woman has wanted to be submissive. They've wanted to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, be okay with, not having to lead and stuff like that. And so, I can, of course, there's women that are like, they're gonna dog walk a man. You feel me? They just enjoy that stuff. They enjoy that. And that's not a healthy mindset. That's narcissism, or that's whatever you want to call that.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and at the same token, I think it's the responsibility for any man to be like, am I ready to take on that responsibility? Not just because that's a man's role, but the fact is that, you know what I'm saying, embracing that and being like, okay, when it comes down to it, am I willing to get 2 jobs to make sure to make it happen, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that whatever the agreement is between those two people, right. You know what I'm saying? But I found that without me saying, well, you know, I'm a lead, so I'm gonna just need you to go ahead and support this no matter what, right? That's the beauty about one, picking the right person, and two, letting that person choose to be submissive. Yeah. When a woman wants to submit,
they will.
Man, woo
lay it all down.
Woo to the we. You feel me?
Right.
It just gets, it's good. It's nice. You know what I'm saying? And so, but at the same time, I've had it where they want to, but then they get scared. Like some type of trigger or something like that. Maybe I do something that reminds them of that in a previous relationship, and all of a sudden they want to go ahead and no. Okay, I'm this, I'm that.
Like,
I don't want to listen.
Tomorrow's not guaranteed or promised, so like that's why I'm like I always want my plan B just in case. Like I'm gonna save all my stuff, make sure I'm secure and stable.
Plan B.
If he were to not be there tomorrow, what if
you're
something
still
happened?
straight.
That was
I'm
kind
okay.
of,
Like I'm not just gonna fully submit to someone hoping that they're just gonna like love and care for me. And like I feel like we were so suppressed for so long, and now that we are able to become unstable in our masculine, like we're gonna be set. Like I want to be set regardless, but hopefully like I can submit, but then still be fulfilling my dreams and passions like within there.
No, I understand that, but at the same
real talk.
At the same token though, I understand the plan B because you planning on plan A to fail. All right. At the end of the day, nothing that I've ever accomplished or achieved has been from me having a backup plan. I was all in. And that's cold, hard facts based off my personal relationship with myself and my experience and my businesses, everything. When I was planning for something else, I had too much time on that plan B that I couldn't even focus 100% on plan A. So what I'm listening to and what I'm hearing is this. I don't have full confidence in this relationship with you, so I got to have a backup plan and an exit plan, so it's not even going to work. You setting it up for failure anyways from the giddy up because you're not 2 feet in. You 1 foot in, 1 foot out. How often do we listen to true leaders that said that they was half in, half out, and they succeeded?
Yeah, no.
Every true leader, every true successful man or woman that I heard from said, look, you got to go in, all in. So if you half into the relationship and you planning on your exit route, this ain't gonna work. You already lost from the beginning. You might as well not even waste your time.
Yeah, I agree and hear what you're saying. However, I don't think that's what she was saying.
Well, when I heard plan B,
it's just like, but it's being secure. It's security.
What if like?
But your security should be in the man in the relationship that you're building together. That's where your security should be. If it's not there, then it's a fail. It's a hard fail. Go ahead. We got a question right here from the crowd. Sheesh.
Yo, so, twice came up.
Move seats.
Yeah, you moving seats.
He was raising his hand.
Houdini.
Well, plan B is to make plan A work. That's how it's supposed to be. And pressure is built for shoulders and not hips. Yet, that's not what I wanted to say. That's just what y'all brought up out of me. You know what I'm saying? I'll be spitting and rapping, not just trapping. But last question I got. Kiki.
Kiki on the push.
So
right here on the push. You can't get it nowhere else.
As I was listening to how you're speaking about your relationships, I had this question come to mind, and I'd like to know your answer. Do you believe successful relationships, let's think about those for a moment. Do successful relationships work when the woman likes the man more, or when the man likes the woman more?
When the man likes the woman more.
That's when the relationship is successful.
Yeah.
Okay. Who has more options? The man or the woman?
It depends on if it's a high valued woman or a high valued man.
Who is more likely to leave relationships, the man or the woman?
That's a good question.
Who is more sporadic in relationships, the man or the woman?
I don't know? That's a good question.
You do know. You just don't want to say women. So the point.
I'll answer it for her. The woman.
So
the woman.
If the woman has more options, she's more sporadic.
Right. Speak on it.
And she'll probably make decisions on her emotions.
Go ahead.
And she's more likely to leave relationships. For the woman to be desired, for the relationship to work, shouldn't the woman have what she desires most? So if a relationship is to work, then the woman probably should like the man more.
Absolutely. Totally agree.
And what it sounds like to me is that you want the man to like you more, and that leads to failing relationships.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 100.
Yo.
100 for Mr. Twice.
The fireball.
I mean, to be honest with you, the reality is that women do have more options than men, in a sense, like, because you can. I
think it depends on what you're looking for.
Let me rephrase that. Okay, let me rephrase that. I apologize. So, it's been my experience that a woman, the women that I've dealt with, they had options. Period. When I met them. They had options when I met them, right? They chose me, right?
Why?
And at the time they was choosing me, they got rid of those options. It was when at whatever point they unchose me, these options came back.
They never left.
They never raised.
Options was always there.
They were still there, right?
They just kept them in the dark with you.
They just kept, right, that part. And so at the same time, it's not like I didn't have options, but once I chose that woman, once I chose them, I was choosing them.
So your options went away, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Absolutely.
Yeah, and it was because what was communicated to me was like, I can't feel secure unless you close the doors. Right?
Right. Which is understandable.
It makes 100% sense, right?
That's in righteousness and in truth. Fair.
Yeah, and so the thing is like, I just feel like his point is
valid,
pretty spot on, because I was still choosing them when they had stopped choosing me. But
that's a heavy hitter.
So once now, to get me to choose, that took a lot. I just wasn't like off jump, like, oh yeah, let me just choose you. No, I wasn't like that. But when I finally did choose them, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just,
they was on to the next.
It was almost like they had me, and boom, you know what I'm saying?
They was on to the next.
It felt that way. And I'm not saying that's everybody's experience, but I just...
That's the majority of relationship experiences. Let's keep it 100. We on the Push podcast.
It was mine. So
it ain't some. That's how majority of women move. Let's be honest with that. Because the reality is this. Why do the United States hold one of the leading spaces in divorce? If it's not about that, and who divorces who? The men or the women? The women hold the leading percentages in divorce against men, not men with women.
Y'all men don't be acting right though. Why are the women leaving the men?
80%.
Why?
Women divorce 80%.
Why are the women divorcing the men?
They're looking for the next best. They're not
Ooh.
the man that they want.
Somebody said
They
looking for the next best.
Why'd you get married to begin with?
They looking for the next best.
They want those pictures on Instagram.
Right.
They want those bragging rights.
But they don't want to put in the work. You want the look, but you don't want to put in the work to make the relationship last.
What's considered the work? Can I speak on that too?
That's a good question. Go ahead. You got a question for us?
All right. To bounce on what he was saying. So what happens when like you do have a woman that choose you, but she get comfortable and don't put in the work to make the relationship last longer. She don't have no options. She could, but she still only decide you, but feel like I should just be exactly who, like when you met me at that moment, but not change to make the relationship build more. Yeah, like what do you do after that point?
So that's kind of where I think when the panel was talking about what's the most important thing in a relationship is communication, right? So if that woman, if your partner, if your woman is not changing and she thinks that she is good as is, ain't nobody good as is. What the hell? I mean, come on now. We born a certain way and we die a certain way. So there's no as is in life, period, right? And the thing is in cases where the healthiest dynamic I had, it was the communication was strong and there was a desire for both of us to be our best selves for each other, right? And then what happened to, that went left is that at the time I was just starting my business. I was at the ground floor, and I'm not going to speak for her, but I think she saw me changing and growing and stuff, and she was changing and growing, but her trajectory and what she was doing, she was able to get gigs and get things done a lot faster than me. But what I was doing was building a business. She was building a brand. That, you know what I'm saying? And so my timeline was taking a lot longer, and I just think that she just, maybe she just
outgrew you.
I don't know if she outgrew me, but I don't think she believed in me anymore. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Things was coming fast to her, and it was coming a little slower for you. So she lost faith in you, essentially.
I think so, yeah.
Absolutely.
That's my perception of it. Because the way that I was building, it was like it was a slow process, and I'm still,
but let's get stuff. I'm gonna help you with this. Let's get a clear understanding here. Women grow fast. Women bloom. Men. It takes a little bit more to churn for the process, right? But we last long, if that makes sense. So the reality is this. Y'all met up, y'all was here, right?
Yeah.
She took off. She's a woman.
Yeah. She definitely
We gotta build, as men, we have to build our value. So it may take us a longer process, but trust me, when it hit,
oh my gosh.
When it hit, they're gonna do the, the double back. And then you have that option to choose whether you wanna, entertain or move on, because at the end of the day, they showed you their true intentions from the giddy up.
Right.
You wasn't here with real intent anyways.
Right.
So I'm gonna go ahead and pivot to the right on you. You know what I mean? Heisman on you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That way. But do we got any more questions from the crowd?
Yeah, why not?
We take one more question from the crowd. We'll go ahead and wrap this up.
When it comes to communication in relationships, do y'all really just be having a conversation to not understand or something? Or are y'all actually having a conversation to move forward in a relationship where it's like, this is where we going, I can lead with that or I can follow this? I feel like a lot of conversations be kind of just like surface level in relationships where they don't really go nowhere. And I feel like that's why the dating pool is weak.
I think it all comes down to intention. Who are you looking for, and what are you looking to have with this person?
Right.
If I'm looking to build with you, we're about to have this conversation day number one, or at least before the end of the week.
If you're taking them serious, right?
Yeah, this is what I want, and then also understanding that the communication is, again, the message that I'm trying to give you. You need to receive it the way that I'm trying to give it to you. So if I'm saying, yeah, right now my business is a baby, I'm trying to build it. It's not me telling you you're not my priority at all. This is, understand, at this exact moment, my business is coming first and I just need your support. And then also when that conversation or the conversations that are having is to understand what the other person is saying in their perspective, not to come at it like a defensive type of way or already ready to defend your position, or you're not listening for comprehension, you're listening to respond to the next thing. You want to do this and you put your job or your business above me. Well, I don't want to be here. That's your priority. I'm gone. Instead of understanding it's just right now, as I'm starting, we could meet up.
And this is, does this apply to when a man is in his process of building and growing, or when he's already established?
I think in both.
And what might be like surface level talk to one person might be deep for another. So it's like, yeah, you could be deep with someone, they think it's surface level. You could be like, it's deep for you, but it's surface level to them. It's, you know, and vice versa. So it's just on to the next. So that you feel like it's true and deep and authentic and real and transparent.
I think key word is effective, you know.
Effective.
Surface, deep. If it's effective.
Effective
you know,
or not.
Yeah.
It's just working for you, you know. And then I'm sorry if I didn't answer your question, but I think you need, you know, communication in your your woman or your girlfriend or wife or whatever. Just let her know, like, yo, you know, I'm changing, I'm growing, and I want us to change and grow. I want us to grow together. I want us to stay on the same page.
Powerful statement.
You know,
Powerful statement.
And then they may not know how to grow. They may not understand themselves enough to even know what areas that they need to grow in. So I mean, it's kind of like you guys having that, like, I call it a come to Jesus talk or whatever, where you just are like completely, I'm gonna lay all these cards on the table. You know,
full transparency, like
full
Brooklyn said.
transparency. This is what I want. This is what I want for us, and this is what I need from you. What do you need from me? What can I do to help you? This is how you can help me. And if those questions can't be answered, then you just kind of have to question. You have to ask yourself, like, you know, is this
for me or not?
Somewhere or not? Are we having to like put this to rest? You know what I'm saying?
Real talk. Appreciate that.
Those are tough questions.
I do.
All right, we're gonna take one more question from the back.
So I just kind of want to piggyback on what you guys were talking about from the question he asked. When you decide to venture into communication with someone, is your point to get your answers and your concerns addressed, or to actually collectively collaborate and understand the problem at a whole? Because a lot of people communicate to be right and, you know, not to actually hear the other person. So when you're talking and you're putting everything on the table, are you truly ready for the conversation to hear back your own feedback? Because a lot of people are quick to give feedback, but not really quick to receive it. So I just want to understand, we talk a lot about communication and comprehension, but what's the point of that if you're not even on the same point?
Right.
That's my question. Are you even aligned with the reason you're communicating in the first place?
Right.
That's how So I feel like what we've been talking about all night, all of those conversations need to be had before you even decide to go into a relationship. Like, let's talk about what your morals, your standards are, what you're looking for, what your intention is. And then if the communication on those is not meeting up, then there should be no point in even getting into the relationship.
Ooh, totally agree. Totally agree.
Like,
so
prevent a problem from happening.
That
You see
eliminates
this is
wasted
not-
time and energy, you know, because somebody can be setting themselves up to invest into you, and then you find out that y'all ain't even on the same page. No, that's just wasted energy. That's wasted. Somebody's heart is hurt. You know what I'm saying? It's just totally unnecessary. But like I said, I'm gonna say it again. We on the Push Podcast, baby. I'd like to thank you all my guests, everybody, for sharing their valuable insights and experiences today. We hope that this episode has provided you with some food for thought, right? And inspiration on your personal journeys towards love and fulfillment. Remember, love is a constant evolution, and we're here to support each other the whole way through. Don't stop loving. Don't stop pushing forward. Love and light. I'm Lost Judah, aka Mr. D. Wayne Bright. Until next time, take care and keep spreading love. Goodbye.
Peace.
Yay, woo.